Hello everyone, welcome to the session of deep dive into AWS Sustainability Pillar. So the agenda of this session is to get an overview of AWS Sustainability, deep dive into AWS Sustainability Pillar of AWS WellArchitected Framework. We'll learn some AWS Sustainability Tools, we'll see some use cases, and we'll also do a case study. So AWS enables sustainability solutions. So AWS enables customers to build sustainability solutions ranging from carbon tracking to waste reduction using the AWS services. These services help to ingest, analyze, and manage sustainability data. So AWS offers the broadest and deepest set of capabilities in AI, that is artificial intelligence, ML, machine learning, and IoT, Internet of Things, to reach our organization sustainability goals. So innovation is the key to achieve sustainability goals. Challenges such as decarbonization of operations to water conservation are addressed through technologies that drive sustainable transformation. So, AWS provides knowledge and tools for organizations of all sizes and across all sectors to build and implement solutions that meet their sustainability goals. AWS is helping customers across all sectors to implement sustainability measures in their operations. So, these are the two examples. So, first is CropX and second is Coca Cola. So AWS enables CropX to determine the status of soil with thousands of sensors, allowing farmers to use less water and fertilizer. The second is Coca-Cola and AWS Professional Services implement AWS IoT, that is Internet of Things, to create new clean in place solutions that reduce energy and water use. So these are some best practices for sustainability in cloud. So number one is region selection. We should choose the region near the Amazon renewable energy projects and also the regions where the grid has a published carbon intensity that is lower to the other locations or other regions. The second is user behavior. So the way the user consume our workloads and other resources can help us identify improvements to meet the sustainability goals. We can scale the infrastructure to continuously match user load and ensure that only the minimum resources required to support users are deployed. Next is software and architecture pattern. So we can retire the components that are no longer in used. We can understand the performance of a workload components and optimize the components that consume the most resources. And the last is hardware pattern. So we should look for opportunities to reduce workload sustainability impacts by making changes to our hardware management practices. We can minimize the amount of hardware needed to provision and deploy and select the most efficient hardware for our individual workload. So now we'll talk about the sustainability across AWS and Amazon. So first of all, the sustainability in AWS cloud. So AWS is focused on efficiency and continuous innovation across the global infrastructure. So they are on the path to power their operations with 100% renewable energy by 2025. AWS is committed to achieve Amazon's goal of net zero carbon by 2040. The next is AWS commitment to sustainability. So, as a part of Amazon's mission to be the Earth's most customer centric company, they are committed to build sustainable business for their employees, customers, and communities. The next is Amazon Sustainability Data Initiative. So, the Amazon Sustainability Data Initiative, the ASDI, seeks to accelerate sustainability research and innovation by minimizing the cost and time required to acquire and analyze large sustainability datasets. ASD supports innovators and researchers with the data, tools, and technical expertise. So these are some AWS sustainability tools. Number one is AWS Customer Carbon Footprint Tool. Second is AWS Well Architected Sustainability Pillar, and the third is AWS Data Exchange. So the first tool is AWS Customer Carbon Tool. So we can measure the estimated carbon emissions from the AWS services we use. We can advance our understanding of our carbon footprint drivers from the services to geographies, and we can develop our sustainability journey by forecasting emissions against our metrics and goals. So basically, the customer carbon footprint tool is a dashboard that provides an overview of carbon emission associated with our usage of AWS products and services. So it is very easy to understand, and it also reports the emission from our AWS usage, and it uses the GHG protocol standards. The GHG is greenhouse gas protocol. So with the customer carbon footprint, we can analyze the changes in our emissions over time as we migrate the workloads to AWS. We can also plan for the future and forecast how our emissions will change as Amazon progresses towards powering operations with 100% renewable energy. So these are some use cases. So measure and report. So as I said, it is very easy to understand, and it uses data visualization to report on the emissions from our AWS usage by using the GHG protocol standards. We can track our process, we can analyze the changes in our emissions over time as we migrate to AWS, or we re-architecture applications, or we depreciate the unused resources. Next is plan for the future. So we can also forecast our emissions that will change across our sustainability journey. So the next is AWS WellArchitected Sustainability Pillar. So the AWS WellArchitected framework has been helping AWS customers improve their cloud architecture since 2015. So the framework consists of design principles, questions, and best practices across multiple pillars. So this is a new pillar in the well-architected framework. So it will help organizations to learn, measure, and improve their workloads. So basically, the sustainability pillars focus on minimizing the environmental impact of running cloud workloads. So it includes a shared responsibility model for sustainability, understanding the impact, and maximizing utilization to minimize required resources and reduce downstreams. So the pillar is designed as a tool to track our progress towards the policies and best practices that supports a more sustainable future, not just a simple checklist. So this is the shared responsibility model of AWS sustainability pillar. So customer is responsible for the sustainability in the cloud, and the AWS is responsible for the sustainability of the cloud. So customer is responsible for the data and design usage, their software application design, platform deployments and scaling, their data storage, code efficiency, utilization and scaling. And AWS is responsible for the servers, cooling, waste, building materials, data centers, electricity supply. AWS is just responsible for the AWS global infrastructure. So the sustainability of the cloud allows AWS customers to reduce associated energy usage by nearly 80% with respect to the on-premise deployment. So this is possible because of much higher server utilization, power and cooling efficiency, customer custom data center design, and continued progress on the path to powering AWS operations with 100% renewable energy by 2025. So the new sustainability pillar to help it helps the organization to improve their sustainability in the cloud. So for example, you can see by if selecting an efficient programming language, adopting modern algorithms, using efficient data storage techniques, and deploying correctly sized and efficient infrastructures. So in practice, we can say that the pillar helps developers and cloud architects services surface the trade-offs, highlight patterns and best practices, and also to avoid the entry patterns. So these are some design principles for sustainability in cloud. Number one is understand your impact. so we can measure business outcomes and the related sustainability impact to establish performance indicators, evaluate improvements, and estimate the impact of proposed changes over time. So we can establish sustainability goals. So we can set long-term goals for each workload. The model will be the return on investment (ROI) and give the owners the resources to invest in the sustainability goals. We can also plan for growth and design of our architecture to reduce the impact per unit of work, such as per user or per operation. Third is maximum utilization. So we can choose the right size each workload to maximize the energy efficiency of our underlying hardware and minimize the idle resources. So we can use the managed services. So shared services reduce the amount of infrastructure needed to support a broad range of workloads. We can leverage managed services to help minimize our impact and automated sustainability best practices such as moving infrequent access data to cold storage and adjusting compute capacity. Last is we can reduce the downstream impact of our cloud workloads. So we can reduce the amount of energy or resources required to use our services, and we can reduce the need of of our customers to upgrade their devices. Next tool is AWS Data Exchange ADX. So it is a third-party data solutions for sustainability and ESG. So AWS Data Exchange makes it easy to find, subscribe, and use the third-party sustainability related to data and cloud. So they are working with the organizations to make ESG, that is environmental, social, and governance, public weather, air quality, satellite imagery, and many more third-party datasets available to the customers. So whether you are looking for price, climate risk to your portfolio, align with emerging ESG disclosure requirements, reduce the company's carbon footprint, or define the renewable energy transition, AWS Data Exchange is there to help. So now we are on the case study, that is Britvic launches sustainable digital flavor taps using AWS. So about the company, Britvic is a UK-based soft drinks company that sells Aqua Libra, Fruit Shot, Pepsi Max, Robinson Squash, etc., and other well-known brands to retail, food services, leisure outlets. So Britvic has created an innovative digital flavor tap using AWS, aimed at offices and retail environments. The tap reduces plastic bottle use by dispensing zero-calorie flavored water into reusable containers, providing a more sustainable and healthy way to enjoy beverages. So Britvic's Aqua Libra flavor tap sits on a cabinet-sized unit in the office, kitchens, or the retail shops. The distinctive streamlined design includes a simple touchscreen interface that provides user with a selection of products and dispenses a finished drink in seconds. So the digital interface that is used by Britvic, the data analytics on the flavor tap usage, and the IoT capabilities all use AWS. So under the countertop, a high-tech cartridge powered by the IoT technology releases a micro doses of sugar and additive-free flavoring into the water. So the Britvic sees this as an opportunity to eliminate single-use plastic beverage containers and provide a way for consumers to drink fewer sugary drinks, thus making a positive impact on the environment and the personal health. So through the collaboration with AWS and working within the AWS framework, Britvic spun up a feature-rich prototype within 4 weeks that was built on AWS IoT Analytics and Amazon QuickSight. So based on the prototype demo, the Aqua Libra flavor tab team got the thumbs up to create a production scale product. Throughout the development process, the ability to use AWS to analyze real-time data on the tab's usage has helped Britvic generate insights that improve the product. So in the end, Britvic expects the Equilibra flavor tab will continue to evolve over the coming years as it learns more about how customers and consumers want to interact with it. So the benefits of using AWS, Britvic use AWS because it rolled out the Aqua Libra flavor tab prototype within 4 weeks. They gained real-time data-driven insights into product improvement, and it simplified the operations and maintenance of flavor tab cartridges, and it supported the product experimentation and innovation. So this was the case study of the Britvic, and now we'll move to the AWS Management Console to get a look of how the customer carbon footprint tool looks like. So here we are in the AWS console. So this is the billing dashboard of AWS. So here we can see the bills, order invoice, credits, everything is here. So to see the customer carbon footprint, you have to go to the cost and usage reports, and here we will see the customer carbon footprint tool. So here we can see the emissions, our carbon emission summary. Here are estimated carbons, AWS emissions, emissions saved on AWS, emission savings, emission by geography, and our emission by services. Here is the graph also of the carbon emissions, that is MTCO2e. So here I can't see any emission here because I am not using this account for my services. That's why there is no service running in this account. So as we discussed earlier, this is the path to the 100% renewable energy. So they are planning to do that by 2025. So if we go to here, we can see there is no carbon emissions also. So if a company is using any account, and they can see their carbon emissions because several services are running on that account. In my case, there is no service running, so that's why there is no carbon emission also. But this is the overview of the customer carbon footprint tool. So we can get our emission summary, emission by geography, and emission by services here. We can also see the graphs also. So this was the end of the session. I hope you learned about what is AWS sustainability. We learned about AWS sustainability pillar. We also got a demo of what is the AWS customer carbon footprint tool, and we also did a case study. So thank you for joining the session and happy learning.